Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 16th of March 1986, and the title is Spiritual Drill. Bapdada is looking at all the children's stage of sweet silence to see to what extent you have practiced becoming stable in the stage of silence in a second. Are you able to stabilize in this stage when you want, or does it take time? This is because your eternal form is sweet silence, whereas your original form is coming into sound. However, your original and eternal sanskar is silence. So, while knowing your eternal sanskar, your eternal form, and your eternal nature, are you able to stabilize in that form when you want? You have had 84 births of coming into sound, and therefore your practice has always been of coming into sound. However, because of your eternal form, and because it is now the end of the cycle, you have to return to the home of silence. The time to go home is now close. It is now the time to finish all the parts of the beginning, middle, and end, the three aspects of time, and to become stable in your eternal form and your eternal stage. This is why, at this time, this practice is more necessary. Check yourself to see whether you have become a conqueror of the physical organs. When you don't want to come into sound, does the sound of the mouth pull you towards itself? This is called spiritual drill. Just as, according to the present time, they say that the cure for all illnesses is exercise. Similarly, to make the soul powerful at this time, you need the practice of this spiritual exercise. No matter what the atmosphere around you may be, even if there is upheaval, while staying in the midst of sound, you now have to practice being in the stage beyond sound over a long period of time. It is not a big thing to create a peaceful stage in a peaceful atmosphere. You now need the practice of being peaceful in the midst of peacelessness. Do you know how to have such practice? Whether it is the upheaval of your weaknesses or the upheaval of waste thoughts because of your sanskars. Are you able to make yourself unshakable in such an upheaval, or does it take time? When it takes time, it can deceive you at any time. At the time of completion, at the end, you are not going to get a lot of time. The paper of the final result will be only a few seconds or a few minutes. However, you will receive a number on the basis of your remaining unshakable in the midst of an atmosphere of upheaval all around. If you have the practice of taking time in becoming unshakable in an atmosphere of upheaval over a long time, then what will be the result at the end? Therefore, practice the exercise of spiritual drill. You should be able to stabilize your mind wherever you want for as long as you want. The final paper is very easy, and you have been told in advance what paper you are going to get, but the number will be given in a very short space of time. Your stage should also be powerful. While having everything, a body, relations of the body, bodily sanskars, people, possessions, vibrations, and the atmosphere. Nothing should attract you. This is called being a conqueror of attachment and having a powerful form. So, do you have such practice? People will be crying, whereas you remain unshakable. No matter how much the elements of nature and Maya come to make their final claim and pull you towards themselves, you have to remain absorbed in the love of the Father while being loving and detached. This is called seeing and yet not seeing, hearing and yet not hearing. Let there be such practice. This is called the stage of being in a sweet silence form. Nevertheless, Bab Dada is giving you time. If there is anything missing, you can fill that gap now, because you have been told about the account of a long period of time. So, you now have a small chance, and you therefore have to pay full attention to this practice. Whether you pass with honors or simply pass with pass marks depends on this practice. Do you have such practice? When the bell of time rings, will you be ready, or will you think that you still have to become ready? The rosary of the 8 jewels is small because of this particular practice. It is of a very short time. You people say that everyone has a right to claim the inheritance of liberation or liberation in life in a second. So, to receive a number at the time of completion is also a matter of a short time. However, there shouldn't be the slightest upheaval. Simply say a point and become stable in that stage. The point should not fluctuate. It should not be that at that time you begin to practice. I am a soul. I am a soul. That will not work because you have already been told that the attack will be from all sides. Everything will have the last trial. However much power the elements have, however much power Maya has, they will all come to test you. It is their last trial, test, and also your last final stage of being karmatit and free from karmic bondage. The scenes on both sides will be very powerful. That will be in full force, and this will be in full force. However, by having victory in just a second, the drums of victory will beat. Do you understand what the last paper is? You all have and must maintain the pure thought that you want to be number one. So, only when you win in all the things around you will you become number one. If you have the slightest wasteful thought in any single situation, or if your time is wasted, your number will go back. Therefore, check everything. Check all around you. Double foreigners want to go fast in everything. Therefore, starting from now, make intense effort and pay full attention to this practice. Do you understand? You know the question, and you also know the time. Therefore, all of you should pass. If you know the question in advance, you are able to make preparations and then pass. All of you are those who are going to pass, are you not? Acha, this season, Bab Dada has kept the treasure store open for meeting everyone. Baba will tell you later about what is to happen in the future. Now, you will, of course, take whatever you have come to take from the open treasure store. The scenes of the drama always keep changing, but this season, whether it is the people of Bharat or the double foreigners, all have received special blessings. Bap Dada will fulfill the promise he has made. Eat the fruit of this season, and that fruit is the meeting and blessings. All of you have come to eat the fruit of the season, have you not? Bap Dada is also pleased to see the children, but everything has to be considered in the physical world. At least enjoy yourselves now. Baba will then tell you about it at the end of the season. Although the places of service are separate, the aim of service is the same. The zeal and enthusiasm is the same, and therefore Bap Dada gives all the places special importance. It isn't that one place is more important than another. Whatever place children have gone to, one special result or another will definitely emerge from that place. Whether the result of some is visible quickly and the result of others is according to the time. Every place still has a specialty. So many good jewels have emerged. Do not think that you are ordinary. All of you are special. If any of you were not special, you would not have reached the Father. There is specialty, but some use their specialties for service, whereas others are now getting ready to use them for service. However, all of you are special souls. All of you are Maharathis and Mahavirs. If Baba were to praise each one, a long rosary would be prepared. If you look at the Shaktis, each one of the Shaktis is a great soul and is visible as a world benefactor soul. You are like that, are you not? Or are you just benefactors for your own places? Acha. Blessing. May you be loving to Father Brahma and on the basis of determined faith, be constantly victorious. When you have determined faith, then the victory of faith cannot be prevented. No matter how much the five elements or even souls oppose you, and they will oppose you on the basis of your firm faith, you will be able to merge that opposition with the power to face. There can never be fluctuation in faith. Only such victorious children who remain unshakable are loved by the Father. The children who are loved are constantly merged in the arms of Father Brahma. Slogan: if you want to attain the key to all treasures, become experienced in God's love. Om Shanti.